Hey there. Straight to English Channel with you again.
And welcome. Today, we're tackling what might just be the most stressful ritual of modern life.
Oh, I know this one. The airport security line.
Precisely. It's this high-speed, high-stakes interaction. It's not just about, putting your stuff in a box. It's a whole ceremony governed by its own very unique, very direct language.
Absolutely. It feels like a gauntlet. You have to take off half your clothes, display all your electronics, and just hope you don't set off that big loud BP.
And if you hesitate for even a moment, you can feel the eyes of the entire queue burning into your back.
So what's our mission today?
Our mission is to transform that terror into, well, triumph. We're going to break down all the physical actions and, more importantly, the fast-paced language the officers use.
So you can hear the magic words.
The magic words, you are clear!
To do this, we followed a traveler we're calling Tom. Poor Tom. He's a good guy, but he made basically every mistake you can make.
His security check was a 5-minute catastrophe. We'll be using his chaos as our guide.
Okay, so where do we start?
Let's start right at the beginning of the checkpoint. The officer is all about efficiency. The instructions come at you like a machine gun.
Right. Before Tom even knew what was happening, an officer was pointing and talking.
The first command was something like next. Boarding pass ready. Laptops and tablets out of your bags.
2 things at once.
Yeah.
And that second one, the electronics rule, that's where everything starts to go wrong for people.
It is. And the rule is so specific, it's not just out of the bag. It has to be completely out of any case or sleeve.
And in its own plastic container.
In its own separate container, yes. Not resting on your jacket or buried under your shoes.
Then the real fun begins. The physical stuff. Tom just stood there, kind of fumbling with his belt, looking totally lost.
And the commands for that are pretty universal. You'll almost always hear the exact same phrase. Shoes off, belt off, and empty your pockets.
Oh, the pockets. I still mess that up. You think you've gotten everything, but you forget that one little thing.
It has to be everything. People don't realize. It's a zero-tolerance policy. A single coin, a paperclip, even a gum wrapper with the foil
Can set the whole thing off.
it can absolutely trigger the alarm. You have to completely empty them out. No exceptions.
Okay, so you've got all your stuff out. Now you need somewhere to put it. Let's talk about the plastic boxes.
Ah, yes. The container itself. This is a brilliant linguistic marker. Tom, for example, was putting his wallet into what he called a tray.
A tray, okay. Seems reasonable.
It is, but this is where you need to be flexible. If you're in North America, you'll almost certainly hear an officer say, place everything in the bin.
A bin.
A bin. It implies a temporary container. But if you fly into, say, London or anywhere in Europe,
It's a tray.
it's a tray. And this isn't a small detail. If an officer yells, we need more trays on the belt, you need to know instantly what they're talking about.
So knowing that bin and tray are the same thing just saves you that second of confusion.
It's a sophisticated little shortcut. It keeps you moving.
Okay, so your stuff is in the bins or trays. Electronics in one, jacket in another. Then what?
Then you get the movement command. Push your bins onto the belt. And then, the moment of truth.
The big scanner,
Step through the scanner.
which could be a metal detector or one of those big see-through body scanners. But the verb is always step through.
And this is where Tom made his first very loud mistake. He walked in looking so confident, and then we all heard it.
Beep, 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 beep. That sound. The officer's reaction is instant. Step back, please. You set off the alarm.
Okay, let's break that down. To set off the alarm, that sounds serious.
It means to trigger it, to be the cause. You could say, my metal belt buckle set off the alarm. It puts the responsibility on you.
So what was Tom's problem? He thought he emptied his pockets.
He did. Or he thought he did. He patted his front pockets, and then he remembered
Oh, no, don't say it.
his phone in his back pocket, hidden under his jacket.
So common. I've done that.
Incredibly common. The officer was very direct. Put it in the bin and come through again. So he does that, and this time, silence. He's good.
He thinks he is. But just as he's reaching for his bins, the officer at the x-ray screen stops everything.
What now?
The officer's voice gets a little louder. Wait, whose is this? This large bottle of liquid? In the blue backpack.
It's Tom's, isn't it?
It's Tom's. His sports drink. You could just see his face fall. He said, oh no, I forgot. Can I just drink it really fast?
And the answer to that is always no, right? Because of the liquids rule.
Always no. The infamous 100 milliliter rule, or, for our listeners in the US, the 311 rule. 3.4 ounces, one bag, one person.
And the officer doesn't say throw it away.
Mm.
They use a more official sounding phrase.
They do. They'll say something like, I'm sorry, this exceeds the limit. You'll have to dispose of this.
Dispose of. That sounds so final.
It is. It marks the item as contraband. It has to be officially removed. There's no discussion.
So Tom just says, throw it away. I don't want to miss my flight.
A wise, if painful, decision. He lost his water, but he saved his spot in the line.
And he's finally clear.
Not quite. Because now we have to talk about the unexpected third stage, secondary screening.
Ugh, the worst. What happened? Did he have something on his hands?
Almost. The body scanner flagged something, an irregularity on his shirt. It wasn't metal, maybe just a weird wrinkle in the fabric.
So what does the officer say?
Step aside, please. We need to perform a secondary screening.
Step aside. Those are the words nobody wants to hear.
No. And then you get two possibilities. First, they might do a pat-down, but they have to ask permission.
What do they say?
I need to check this area. Do you have any objections to a physical search?
Wow, physical search is intense. What's the second option?
The swab test. The explosive trace detection. The officer comes over with a little wand and says, I need to swab your hands and your electronics.
And you just have to stand there while they do it? And then they put it in the machine and you wait.
And that silence while the machine analyzes the swab, it feels like an eternity.
So what's the good news you're hoping for?
The magic words are, the swab is clear, anything else, and your day is about to get much, much worse.
Thankfully, Tom was clear.
He was. He survived the physical security checks. But that brings us to a whole other layer of security we see now.
Right. It's not just about metal and liquids anymore. It's about health.
Exactly. We need to shift from the language of commands like step through or empty your pockets to the language of prohibition.
Prohibitions. You mean like rules starting with no?
Precisely. These are rules about your behavior, not your objects. They're designed to stop the spread of infection.
Like all the signs we saw a few years ago.
Yes. Think about social distancing. The rule wasn't a suggestion. It was an absolute no contact, or more specifically, no handshake.
And then it got even more specific about coughing and stuff.
It did. The signs didn't just say cover your mouth. They said no cover by hand.
Right. You had to use your elbow or a tissue. They were telling you exactly what not to do.
The linguistic precision is high because the risk is high. We even saw rules like no crowd or no shopping in some places. The language of safety completely took over.
That's a really good point. The commands change depending on the threat. Hey, if you love getting into the details like this, like the difference between a bin and a tray, you should definitely subscribe to Straight to English so you don't miss our next deep dive.
A fine suggestion. Now, let's get back to poor Tom, who has finally made it through every single check. He's earned the vocabulary of success.
What are those final amazing phrases you're listening for?
The first, most important one is, you are clear. That means the scan is done, you're not a threat. The second is the release. Good to go.
Good to go. That's the best. It means you can grab your stuff and run to your gate.
And speaking of speed, you have a practical tip for everyone, don't you?
I do. It's my #1 airport hack. Wear slip-on shoes. Seriously, don't be the person hopping on one foot trying to untie complicated laces. You'll save yourself 30 seconds and a lot of stress.
An excellent practical piece of advice. So to wrap up, let's remember the biggest challenge is the speed. You have to be ready for these short, direct sentences.
Let's do a quick practice round. What if they say, laptops and tablets out of the bag, separate bins for electronics?
You hear that, and your hands should already be moving. Or shoes off, belt off, empty your pockets, use a tray.
And if the alarm goes off?
You'll hear, step back, please, you set off the alarm.
And if you see the swab?
I need to swab your hands for detection.
And what's the one phrase you can use if you just get overwhelmed and don't understand? Your safety net.
A very simple, very polite, and very essential phrase. Sorry, can you repeat that? It buys you time and ensures you get it right.
Perfect. So now you've mastered the language of the bin, the swab, and the alarm. You are ready.
You have secured passage.
Before we go, think about Tom's water bottle. We've all had that moment. Have you ever had something taken away by security? Maybe a fancy shampoo or a pair of scissors you forgot was in your bag?
It's a rite of passage for the modern traveler. A small sacrifice at the altar of security.
Totally. Okay, time to like, share, and definitely subscribe to Straight to English for more deep dives into the language you need to get by. Safe travels.